Few cars in American automotive history have faced as much criticism as the Ford Pinto. Introduced in 1970, the Pinto was Ford's answer to the growing demand for subcompact economy cars, offering an affordable and basic mode of transportation with a starting price of just $1,900. It wasn't particularly stylish, nor was it built for speed, but that didn't stop Jack Stratton from seeing hidden potential in this underwhelming compact. He recognized that while the Pinto would never be a muscle car powerhouse, it could be something far more interesting. His vision led him down a path of performance innovation, resulting in a Pinto that wasn't just significantly faster than the factory version, but one that could take on and even outperform the Datsun 240Z and Porsche 914. Yet so few of these cars were ever produced that most people have never heard of them. Gentlemen, meet the Ford Pinto Pangra, a visionary behind the wheel. Jack Stratton wasn't your average car dealer. As the general sales manager at Huntington Ford in California, he wasn't just focused on selling cars. He was an innovator, a problem solver, and a true performance enthusiast. During a time when rising insurance costs and strict emissions regulations were forcing muscle cars into decline, Stratton saw an opportunity. Instead of struggling to preserve the traditional V8 formula, he embraced the emerging generation of smaller, more emissions-friendly vehicles. And being in a Ford dealership, the recently launched Pinto became his perfect canvas. Most people viewed the Pinto as nothing more than an uninspired commuter car, built for affordability and efficiency. But its lightweight design gave it an unexpected advantage. Weighing just 2,000 pounds, it was remarkably light for an American car, hundreds of pounds lighter than the Chevy Vega, in fact. With a short, 94-inch wheelbase, the Pinto was even more compact than a Ford Maverick. While the stock model wasn't known for performance, Stratton saw that with the right upgrades, this car had serious potential. His goal wasn't just to make the Pinto competitive among American compacts. He wanted it to challenge and even surpass its foreign rivals. A necessary makeover. Let's be honest, trying to sell a high-performance car with Pinto's original design would have been nearly impossible. If it was going to compete with true sports cars and earn any credibility, it needed more than just a light frame and good intentions. The first step was transforming its uninspired exterior. Stratton enlisted fiberglass specialist Bob Crow to create an entirely new front-end design, giving the Pinto a radical aesthetic overhaul. The plain factory front was discarded in favor of a sleek, aggressive shark-nose look reminiscent of a C3 Corvette. The transformation didn't stop there. The fiberglass kit introduced pop-up headlights controlled by a manual lever, streamlined fenders, and a longer, more angular profile. The overall length of the car increased by a full 10 inches. With these changes, the Pinto no longer looked like a simple economy car. It looked striking, especially when the bumpers were removed. And, to be honest, the Pangra's redesign actually made it a pretty good-looking car. The rear, along with the doors and quarter panels, remained largely untouched, but its newfound visual presence gave it an edge that the stock Pinto lacked. Performance upgrades that mattered. Of course, looks alone wouldn't make the Pinto a serious contender. It needed to back up its aggressive styling with real performance. That meant completely reworking the suspension. The stock economy car setup simply wouldn't cut it. To bring the Pangra's handling up to par, Stratton collaborated with Coney to develop a specialized suspension package. The upgrades included custom-tuned shocks, a 2-inch ride height reduction, 7-inch wide magnesium wheels, and revised suspension geometry. These modifications turned the Pinto into a sharp, agile performer capable of slicing through corners with precision. A period brochure from Huntington Ford even boasted that the Pangra could achieve 0.874 Gs on a skid pad before losing traction. For comparison, the Porsche 914 and Datsun 240Z only managed around 0.73 Gs. Like it or not, the data made one thing clear: the Pangra's handling was no joke. Turbocharging the Pinto. With the chassis improvements in place, the final step was giving the Pinto some serious power. The stock 2.0-liter inline-4 engine was never meant to be a performance powerhouse. In factory form, it barely produced 90 horsepower, even on a good day. But Stratton didn't want to take the common route of stuffing a heavy V8 under the hood. That would have thrown off the Pinto's balance and hurt its cornering ability. Instead, he turned to forced induction. The solution? A turbocharger. Stratton partnered with legendary tuner A.K. Miller, a pioneer of turbocharger innovations in the 1970s. Together, they fitted Pinto's 2.0-liter SOHC four-cylinder with an AI research turbocharger paired with a 2-barrel carburetor. This upgrade nearly doubled the engine's output, pushing it from 90 horsepower to an impressive 175 horsepower. This wasn't just a simple bolt-on turbo kit, it was a carefully engineered system designed for both power and reliability. Running at around 10 PS1 of boost, the setup worked seamlessly thanks to a reduced 7-to-1 compression ratio. A water injection system was also included, helping to manage cylinder pressure and maintain engine durability. Incredibly, the Pangra even remained EPA compliant, something that turbocharged competitors like the Yenko Turbo Vega struggled to achieve. With all these enhancements, the Pangra was capable of sprinting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.5 seconds and completing the quarter mile in the low 15s, making it quicker than both the 240Z and the Porsche 914. The rare and exclusive Pangra. The Pinto Pangra was available from 1972 to 1973, sold exclusively through Huntington Ford with an unusual purchasing process. Buyers had two options. They could purchase a fully assembled Pangra straight from the dealership, equipped with all the performance upgrades, Recaro seats, and a custom dashboard for around $5,000. Alternatively, customers could opt for a DIY approach, purchasing individual kits to build their own Pangra at home. 3 kit levels were available. Level 1, a $600 fiberglass front fascia kit, which could be installed on any Pinto. Level 2, a suspension package for just under $1,000, featuring lowering springs, Koni shocks, and sway bars. Level 3, a complete powertrain kit, including the turbocharger, water injection system, exhaust components, and mounting hardware, for a hefty $1,691. However, one thing remained exclusive to dealership-built Pangras, the custom dashboard. No matter how many kits you installed, you couldn't fully replicate the official dealer version. The Pangra kits were compatible with both hatchback and wagon Pintos since they primarily modified the front end. Despite their innovation, only about 20 to 50 fully assembled Pangras were ever sold, with an estimated 100-plus kits purchased by enthusiasts for home-built conversions. A forgotten legend. Today, the Pangra is an incredibly rare find. Only a handful remain, including both kit-built and factory models. If you ever come across a strangely modified Pinto at a car show, take a closer look. You might just be staring at one of the most unexpected performance cars of its time, an enthusiast dream. For collectors and vintage car enthusiasts, the Pangra represents a unique chapter in automotive history, one where creativity and performance merged in an unexpected package. Despite its Pinto origins, the Pangra defied expectations, proving that even economy cars had the potential for greatness when given the right engineering. Whether preserved in pristine condition or awaiting restoration, every surviving Pangra carries the legacy of innovation and passion from a bygone era. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more automotive content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.